Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is of course my March plan with me and bullet journal setup. February has come and gone. I feel like it literally went by in a snap. That's also because there are less days than most months. But the good news is that now we can sit down, relax, and do a little bit of bullet journaling for the month. This week I'd like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting my content. If you want to get started with your own website, domain, or online store, Squarespace should definitely be the place that you go to. You can try it out and get a free trial and even get 10% off your first purchase at squarespace.com/AmandaHLee. More on that a little bit later in this video, but let's jump into, of course, showcasing your recreations from last month. You can see them all above me. Look at them. Look at them above me. Wow. If you guys want to send me more recreations, you can do so by tagging me on Instagram at AmandaHLee. Be sure to tag me in the photo, not just the caption, because I always like to keep tabs on the recreations. Scrolling through all those recreations literally makes my day, so keep them coming. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this month's bullet journal theme. Speaking of, I'm going to hand you guys off to the voiceover. Let's get right into it. Alright, so as you can hopefully tell by the cover by now, the theme for March is cacti. You guys have been asking me for this theme for quite a while. I have done succulents in the past, but to me, cacti and succulents are different even though they're probably in like similar family. So I drew these cacti in some pots, which I thought were so cute. Since I didn't just draw one type of cactus, there were several different types, there was a risk of making it look too chaotic or hectic or incohesive, which is why I decided to do a spread apart repetitive pattern to give it a bit more structure. After I outlined it with my fine liner, I went in with several shades of green. I'm using multiple types of markers. I have a Crayola Super Tips, I think I'm using a Kuretake brush pen at one point, whatever I had. I did try to keep it in the same family of green. As you can see, they're a bit more on the mid-tone, muted green side. And then to bring all of those shades of green together, I used the same brown to color in the pots. But I didn't just color it in with a solid color. As you can see, some of them I did solid, some of them I did a stripe, some of them I did just the top half, just to give it a bit more visual interest. And then on the left-hand side of the spread, as you can see, I did this quote page, which is something that I've been loving incorporating more into my bullet journal. It gives me a chance to be creative and have fun and doodle a bit. So I drew this quote page that says "the best is yet to come," and I drew a larger version of the cactus. Moving on to my monthly log spread, I really loved the calendar layout that I had last month. It has the perfect amount of space, and previously my monthly calendar layouts seemed a little squished, but with this blown up calendar, it feels like there's the right amount of space. So just in case you guys were wondering, the width of the columns were 6 boxes, and then the height, I believe, was 7. I used my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen to do all of the titles, and something that I've been really liking the look of recently is not so much cursive, but just regular loose handwriting with the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen, which, by the way, I'll link down below all of the supplies that I use, as usual, in the description box if you're curious. For the decoration on the left-hand side, I wanted to do a lineup of different pots of cacti, so I drew different shapes of pots. I did round ones and then filled it in with various cactuses. Oh, cacti. I always mess that up. I am going to be doing a cactus tutorial for my Instagram coming very soon, just because I had a lot of fun drawing these, and I realized how many different ways there are to draw them. So I realized it can be a bit overwhelming, so I will have a tutorial up on that soon. Be sure to go follow my Instagram at AmandaHLee if you want to see that in the future. Of course, had to do my YouTube growth tracker in the bottom corner, and then would it really be a video of mine if I didn't add excessive amounts of drop shadows to all of my boxes? It was looking a bit empty on the top left side, so I drew some more cactus pots, but these ones were actually hanging from the top by string. Basically, I did the same thing, but then just drew a line straight up from the actual pot of the cactus. Moving on to my trackers for the month, you guys know that recently I have been experimenting a bit more with my various types of trackers, one of which is the mood tracker. So this mood tracker requires a lot of cacti. As you can see, I'm setting up the pots and I'll fill them in with the cacti later, but I just wanted to get the spacing of all the cacti correct. Since there's 31 days in March, I did 5 pots by 6 pots, and then the last row actually has 7. And then I'm going in and filling in the pots with cacti, and I wanted to spread out the various types of cactuses. I keep messing that up. Cacti, just to give it more of an even look. I also had fun with drawing different types of pots, so I had like semicircles, squares, trapezoids, just have fun with it. And then basically how you track your mood is you color in the cactus. You can set up a little diagram at the bottom that will tell you what color means what mood, and every single day you can just fill it in with the color that corresponds to your mood. Something that I forgot to do is put the numbers of the days, so I actually had to do that later. I don't know why it slipped my mind, but you can put the number of the day in the pot or just next to it. Oh, I did color in the pots with the brown to again give it more of a cohesive look, because I figured there's going to be a lot of different greens going on, so I might as well use the same type of brown. Oh yeah, here is the sort of scale that I drew, telling myself what color means what mood. So the page next to this is my habit tracker, and last month I actually tried out doing individual trackers for each habit that I wanted to track, and it really did work well for me. I found that it kept me more accountable, and it was easier for me to look at one habit and see how I did for that month, because basically the goal is to fill in these entire boxes. It is a bit more time consuming to create. As you can see, it takes quite a while to do all the boxes and then fill in the numbers. But personally, I think it's worth it. So if you haven't tried out doing individual trackers, maybe try this out, because actually that's one of the things that I get a lot in the comments, is that you guys find it hard to keep up with trackers. So again, switch things up, try to see what works for you. Hopefully you'll be able to find something that you enjoy filling out every day. I finished off the page by outlining each individual habit tracker box with a different shade of green. And then, of course, what else did you expect? I had to draw some sort of cactus somewhere on the page, so I drew them hanging from the top, just 2 of them, just to keep it simple. Turning over to a new page, I created my video planner spread, which is just a blank spread for me to spew out any ideas for videos, whether it's planning or storyboarding a video or coming up with different video ideas. I like having this blank space. And by the way, if you guys don't need this spread, because a lot of you guys don't need a video planner spread, it can just be a journaling spread or a shopping list spread, whatever you guys see fit to use a blank page for. Or you don't need this at all, of course. But I drew some more cactuses. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep messing this up throughout the whole video. I drew some more cacti lined up at the bottom, and then I just drew a green border around it. The next spread is a budget tracker, and this is something that I changed up from the past couple of months, because I used to do an expense tracker, but recently I've been finding that I haven't been wanting to fill it in. Actually, the past 2 expense trackers have been mostly empty because I've been either too lazy or I haven't really found it beneficial to create it. So I wanted to try something different with the budget tracker and split it up between all of the different areas of my expenses. So I have rent and utilities, groceries, household, restaurants, entertainment, and extra, which means like clothes, makeup, blah, 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 and then miscellaneous. And then I am just going to add up every single week what I spent for that specific category. This way I don't need to write down each and every individual expense. It's more of a week-to-week thing, and I'll also be able to see where I spend my money, which is something that I'm really interested in. So I'll keep you updated on how that goes for me. Hopefully it turns out better, because the expense tracker really has been kind of a drag in my bullet journal for the past couple of months because I haven't been wanting to do it. Anyways, the last spread we're doing is the first weekly spread for March. A lot of you guys asked me for the grid spacing of my spreads. So the height of this box was 8 squares, and there was 1 square in between each box. I drew a line down the right side of the box, dividing it into 2 different sections. The right side is for any events for that day, and then the left side is any tasks that I have to do. I wrote out the days of the week on the left side with a little cactus doodle that had the number of the day on the pot. This is a pretty simple and easy to do spread. I've been loving doing quick weekly spreads just throughout the week. By the way, if you're interested in seeing more of my weekly spreads throughout the month, I do a weekly live stream every single Sunday setting that up, so be sure to check me out there. Anyway, here is the final flip through of my March bullet journal setup, filled with cacti. After a million times saying that in this video, I finally got the word right. Alright guys, I just wanted to take this time to quickly talk about Squarespace and thank them for sponsoring this video. If you guys don't know what Squarespace is, it's an online website building platform. They have such an intuitive and easy to use platform. There's nothing to patch, install, or upgrade ever, which is perfect, especially for someone like me who has absolutely no experience in web design whatsoever. They have gorgeous templates for you to use, they do domains, and they have award-winning 24/7 customer service, so if you ever need any help, they're there to help you out. So guys, if you are looking into a website, a domain, or an online store, I highly recommend Squarespace. And if you want to try it out for yourself, you can go to squarespace.com/AmandaRachelLee for a free trial and 10% off your purchase. So thanks again to Squarespace, and thanks to you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun making it, and I can't wait to see your recreations. So until next time, keep doodling, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone!